All right, boys. So we have another solid client interview. So Carol, it was a bit of a slower one, but this guy still managed to hit 10K a month while in university, and he was doing 22 grand contracted in a single day that you closed, which is crazy to think of. You did it literally in university while other people, all
Yeah.
your friends were studying for exams, and you did the exact same, but you're making 10K a month at the same time. So it's like it's pretty crazy transformation. So yeah, but bro, if you want to introduce yourself, where you're from,
Yeah.
and yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. My name is Carl. I'm an 18-year-old student here in Milan, Italy. So as Tarik said, I'm a uni student right now. As we speak, I have exam tomorrow for like math or something. So it's pretty crazy. But like, I think the biggest value here is like I've still managed to kind of pull it off, as Tarik said, like while other people are kind of maybe partying or just kind of studying. So I think you can still hit like good numbers, even if you have like 9 to 5 or like you're in uni, something like this.
Yeah, yeah. So how does it feel? Like it must be such a big contrast to be like in university and like around all your friends, but you're making like probably more than the teachers actually. Like how does that feel?
Yeah, bro. No, it's insane, honestly. I mean, the uni I'm in is still kind of a rich kids school, so like there's a lot of people who have obviously like parents' money, but like it's pretty
Yeah.
funny. No, it's definitely very, very fulfilling. So
Okay. That's good to hear. So
yeah.
so what have you found that was like some of the and you've also been able to connect with like a lot of the guys well in
Yeah,
the group chats. I know
definitely.
we you're always on there active and stuff like that, but I guess it's good to have that and like talk to people
Hmm.
who are actually in business compared to like the friends stuff like that. But um,
Yeah.
have you told even like your friends on how much you're making or your parents like what are the
Yeah, I
reactions to that?
mean, parents obviously, yeah, I think they're very proud of me, which is obviously very, very cool.
Mhm.
Friends, I'm very selective about it because I don't want to be like
Yeah,
bragging to people, but like, I think the biggest value I got is just from like the other people here. So like, because we are all in the agency space and we don't
Mhm.
reinvent the wheel here. So like everybody kind of has
Yeah,
the same problems. So if we can just sit on the weekly masterminds, kind of, focus together, talk through the problems and we can kind of solve them, that's really valuable. Also, we have calls with Eric's sales rep, who is just a killer in sales. He's, just
yeah.
teaching us all the sales. So I think that's very helpful as well.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Daniel's calls are super,
Shout
super
out to
hard.
Daniel, bro. Shout out to Daniel. He's a
Yeah,
G.
yeah. Yeah. So for anyone who's listening doesn't know, like Daniel essentially my sales rep, and he is so good at sales and he's transformed like so many people's sales process. Like you have the belief now that like everyone's closable essentially.
Yeah, exactly. I mentioned that earlier. Like, I think if I get on a call with someone who has the problem, obviously has some funds, etc., like I think everybody's closable. So, like, if you didn't close someone and somebody showed up to your call, like that's clearly your fault because like they wouldn't
Yeah.
show up if they were not in pain. So it's just your job to kind of get them to realize it. If you can make it, obviously you can close a lot of deals, which is kind of what Daniel is teaching us here.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you also mentioned like just being in the group chats like super it's just like I love the group chat right now. It's
Yeah,
such a good
yeah,
vibe.
yeah.
So
It's also
yeah,
like a
so
lot of people in there, so everybody can answer the problems pretty quickly. For example, yesterday, because I'm also just launching the ads, I had some minor kind of issues, and somebody helped me pretty much instantly. So
mm,
that's very valuable. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it's definitely good. And then so what else like what are you actually planning on doing with all the money? Remember you said that like one client is like a Montclair jacket, but like what
Yeah,
do you
yeah. I mean, I have this inside joke with my girlfriend. So this Moncler jacket brands. So
yeah.
their jackets are like 1.5k euros or dollars or whatever. So every time I get a new client or just hit like the recurring payment, we have this inside joke like one client is one Moncler. So, um,
Yeah.
but honestly, bro, I'm just keeping all the money in the account. I'm not spending anything. So I just like it just keeps piling up. Obviously, I'm reinvesting into ads and stuff, but like
Yeah.
I'm just kind of keeping the money for now. So just piling up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go. And like what do you plan on doing anything with all like the capital eventually in the future? Like what are like your like year-long goals to kind of do with
Well,
all the money?
eventually, I really want to invest them. I was also my parents were kind of big in the investment property game, so like I just
Mm.
wanted to hit enough money so that I can buy my first like investment property. But that's like a long term
Yeah.
thing, so that would be my goal. But yeah, I'm just piling up
So
the cash for now. So
yeah. Nice. And then what are the goals of the agency? Like what do you kind of plan on scaling? And also more importantly, do you plan on we've had this conversation a lot, but do you plan on dropping out eventually, or what are your
Oh, bro,
thoughts?
that's such a we had it so many times.
Yeah,
I don't know, right? So right now I'm in first year of bachelor's in finance in Milan, like very good university here. So I don't know actually. For now, it's I can kind of manage to do both, but we'll see. I don't want to be, just kind of biased either way. But for now, I'm
yeah,
just, when I have exams, I have to kind of put the agency aside for a week, but then I can be back in the game, closing deals here. So I just plan
yeah,
to just keep closing. Also, I just had one sales rep reach out to me, so maybe I'll hire one soon.
yeah,
But just like getting more appointments. I'm running the ads also right now, so just scaling that, bro, and just scaling. So
yeah. Let's go, nice. And like with uni as well, like I guess it was pretty hard to balance of both. I think that's why it was like a bit of a delay in scaling. But like,
yeah.
because how many, like it must have been hard to just do both at the same time, but you still managed to pull it off. Like, what was that kind of day to day looking like? Were you, I guess, half
Yeah,
uni work and then other half doing like agency work? Like, how did that
yeah,
split?
bro. And I have my friends in uni laughing at me for like doing all the work, but like, so my usual day, I go to uni, which I'm in a very competitive uni, so it's not that I'm fucking around there and like not doing anything. I
Yeah, yeah,
actually have a lot of things to do. So I go there, and now because I'm in Europe, after I go back from uni, then the day starts in the US, and I work with people in the US. So then I have the entire afternoon to night to take all the calls. So like, when my friends were kind of inviting me to like all the parties and shit, like I'm just kind of locked in, just taking the calls. So
yeah,
pretty much the time zone is kind of saving me, but yeah, pretty much just taking on more calls after uni, scaling the business. And then on the weekends also, I'm working on the long-term things like the ads, like the systems, like the backend stuff, just to, get most of the prospects. So
nice,
pretty much
nice.
that.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Sweet. And then like what would you say, just like honest thoughts for someone who's thinking of joining the mentorship? Like what would you kind of say to someone who's thinking of
Yeah.
joining? Should they join? Should they not join? Like what are your thoughts
Yeah. I
personally?
mean,
Oh,
my
yeah.
perspective here is that I don't know what's your pricing right now, but I'm assuming like a few $1,000s probably, but like
Yeah.
saving a few $1,000s in a grand scheme of things, I don't know if that's even 2, 5, 10, whatever. It won't change your life, but having a business that constantly produces cash every single month, like that's life changing. So I guess, if you believe in yourself and if you want to put in the work, then definitely just, enroll and bet on yourself. And yeah, that's my advice just here.
Okay, sweet, sweet.
So,
So
yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Because I think it makes so much sense, like just to invest in yourself always. Like that's gonna have way bigger ROIs compared to like just money sitting in a bank account. Like that's what I was
Yeah,
doing.
yeah, exactly.
I had so much
Exactly.
money sitting in my bank account, but I just wasn't really. I was spending on traveling and stuff like that. But I wasn't really investing as much as I wanted to back in myself, and I just spent a bunch more money on it, and it's ROI now. So it's like
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
always
Because
gonna have, yeah,
because
always
investing
gonna
is
have
not a
ROI.
thing. Investing is not a thing unless you have just so much money. Because if you have just a few thousand, even let's say you have 50,000, like if you can be good at investing at let's say 10% a year, like that's what $500 a
Yeah,
month.
yeah,
Like what are you gonna do
yeah,
with it, right? So like
yeah,
you
exactly.
can't be rich from investing if you don't have any money. So like I would rather get the cash flow in and worry about investing later than the other way around. So I think if you want to build a
Yeah,
business that's making you cash every single month, then definitely, bro. Just bet on yourself, and you'll be here in a second, bro.
yeah, yeah. And so what are the future plans for the agency, by the way? Like what do you kind of what's like the next goals with it? So you hit 10K, you hit in some big days as well, almost 5K days or 4.5K
Yeah,
days. So, and by the way, these are all retainers as well. So that's
yeah, exactly. It's not
technically,
piffs.
yeah, yeah. So you
So
technically did like, what was that? What would that be? You technically did like 13 grand in a day contracted,
yeah, exactly.
uh,
Because
which is crazy.
and
Yeah.
and my average client stays for I think 5 months, and it
Wow.
keeps increasing. So because my service delivery is pretty dialed in.
Yeah.
Also, Eric released just new service delivery course now, so it's crazy. And that's just kind of I'm not selling piffs, so paid in fulls. I'm
Yeah.
just selling retainers. So each client I get, it just adds to the monthly recurring revenue. And so, for example, if this month I have exams at uni, I can still make 8, 10,000 without any new clients just from the clients I had. And if I can retain them
Yeah.
well. So I think just being good at service delivery is just so underrated in this game. First of all, because it just makes you so much more confident on the actual calls because you can deliver. Second of all, you're just not losing clients. And if you can get even, you know, as low as 1 client a month, like after 12 months, that's like 20K a month. You know what I mean? Like you don't need to be even good at closing if you have good service delivery. So
yeah, it's true. Yeah. So like if we have to do the math on that, like if you, because that was 3 clients in a day you closed, right?
Yeah.
So if you do the math on that, 3 clients, so it's 4.5K cash. And then if their average retention is 5 months, like you said,
exactly.
then that's literally like 22 grand contracted in a single day that you close, which is crazy to think of.
That's like, crazy.
It's actually insane to hit a 22K day contracted. So
like, I was on fire that day, bro. I was on fire. After you close the first deal, just make sure to get as many calls. If you have some calls for, let's say, next week or something like the next few days, and you close some deals like today, make sure to get them from tomorrow to today, because if you're on fire, you can just close everyone, bro. It's such a good feeling, bro.
It's such a good feeling. I've been in those states. It's so nice. Just
bro.
It's crazy. So damn, but yeah, no, it's like I think service delivery is literally the most important thing, and
definitely.
It only really I feel like estimate is actually simple. It only comes down to like appointment setting, sales, and service delivery. Like that's all it really comes down to, like the main
Exactly.
So it's like once you have service delivery dialed, and it seems like your retention's very, very high right now. It's like you said, it's at least like 5 months, keeps on going up, right?
Yeah, it is. But like I started like 6 or 7 months ago, so it's it's probably going to be like 10 or 12 months. So I think it's going to be even better. So if I get a client who's serious, because I had one client who turned after a week because they didn't like have proper expectations. Probably that was my fault as well. But like,
I remember that one.
Yeah, exactly. Like after a week, he was like, "I don't think you'll get the results you promised me to get after a month." But like, let's not even talk about it. But like, if I get someone who's actually serious and they're actually decent at closing, because you know, if I can get them a lot of people, but if they can't close them, they won't make money. So if somebody is good at closing, I can retain them pretty much just forever. So service delivery, definitely get into that. Obviously close your first few clients if you don't have, because you can't get good at doing something theoretically. Like you need actual data, actual clients. But if you can master service delivery and you're not losing clients, it's just so much easier. Also, these people refer me clients. I had one client call me like in the middle of the night in my time zone, asking if they can refer me another client. So, jeez. I mean, that's crazy, right? And that's, you can get free clients. So let's say you can close one client and then each client is getting you another client. Like the value is just so much better, right? So I think service delivery, obviously get good at sales, closing appointment, like setting appointments just comes down to numbers, right? So find a system that works, make sure to just ramp up the volumes. And I think it sounds pretty simple, right? Sounds simple. When you think about it, it sounds simple. So I guess that's why the whole accountability and also just talking to other people who are in the exact same position just helps so much, because everybody knows what to do. So if you know what to do and you didn't hit the numbers yet, that means that you're lacking something. So I would consider just joining, just get it done and roll. And let's see you on the interview in a few months, bro. I remember when I was talking to you on the onboarding call, I was like, bro, I want to do this interview so badly. So just get it out of the way, bro. Join.
Let's go. Because you also, I think you said you joined like 2 programs in the past, and you still were at 0 as well, right?
Yeah, I've never closed a client prior to joining your program, actually. And that was partly because of the niche. I was just stuck in such a bad niche. And like, that's the thing with programs. Like, these people won't tell you that. Like, they only care for you to buy their program, and then you're kind of just ghosted. With mentorship, the first thing you told me before we even started working together is like, bro, change your niche. Like, just it's going to be so much more value. And nobody told me that earlier, which is kind of laughable, right? But like, I also didn't think about it. So like, just you have so many blind spots. That's why I think mentor is just so much better than the actual course, because if sometimes all you need is just 3 small things, but if nobody tells you that, then you can be stuck for 2 years, right? So
exactly. Like I've got so many people out of the gym niche. Like once they like scale to like even like 20K cash in the first like month of doing it, because they have.
If you're in the gym niche, just go out of the gym niche, bro.
It's crazy. Like it's actually insane. So
you're not gonna beat Hormozy. And
Hormozy's ran through the entire market at this point, so it's like it's really not looking good. So So yeah, and then you also been doing a few rev share deals as well, right? I think you closed like that 5%
I
rev
just
share.
closed one, I think even yesterday or today. A guy just signed a contract, so that's 5% rev share. That's the first rev share deal I've made, so I don't know how that will go, but like that's a big company, so I think I can bring them like even like 100 or 200K a month in revenue. So 5% of that would be even like 5K for me. So
Yeah.
you know, I didn't count it as my kind of MRR yet or something because I don't know how much they'll pay me, obviously, if they will pay me.
Yeah, exactly.
So you have the contracts, but the biggest takeaway I've learned from being in business for a few months is just until someone paid you, nothing's real. Like it
Yeah,
doesn't matter
that's so
if
true.
they sign a contract, if
Yeah.
they pay you deposit, if they say yes, it doesn't matter. Until they paid you, they're not a client.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
something I realized as well, just looking back, like, yeah, I've had
Yeah,
so
bro.
many of those times where it's like
That's insane. Yeah.
you get all excited, but then yeah, it's funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so many times I got so excited and then they end up ghosting you. I even had a client who paid me the deposit to get started like next week or something. They paid me the deposit and they never even like, contact me again. So they didn't
Yeah.
even want their money back. So I still have their
Yeah.
deposit. I still have the deposit, bro. So yeah.
Yeah, wow. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Like wrapping up. Like, do you have anything else to say? Add on the like the last final words or anything like that?
Mm, I think no. I think if you were confident in yourself, just I wouldn't roll because that's actually like betting on yourself, right? So if that's why like I think the closer for your offer, like probably like some people are joining, they're just straight away. At least that's how I was rolling. Like just take my money. I want to enroll so badly
Yeah.
that he didn't have to convince me. So if you're the type of person that nobody has to convince you and you just want it badly, then just you're gonna do well here. So I think
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
last thing I want to
100%.
say. But but
Yo.
yeah.
Nice. But yeah, like I feel like most guys when they try to join the mentorship, like they'll just like say like, bro, send me the payment link. Like I'm ready to
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
ready
exactly. And with courses, it's just what are your guarantees? Can you guarantee me that? Like,
yeah,
bro, like if you cannot put in the work, nobody's gonna guarantee you anything. So
yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
that's
Yeah.
I think that's the kind of thing. But anyway,
Yeah.
thanks for having me here. It was a pleasure to be here.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'll continue to be hitting, 20, 30, 50K months. Let's see how that goes. But
Go. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm very happy. We'll probably do a little follow-up interview.
Follow-up interviews, yeah.
Like yeah, in the next months. I think you could scale because I feel like going from 0 to 10K is actually the hardest part, and then
Oh
going from
yeah. Oh yeah.
10K to
Definitely.
30K, 50K, 100K is actually way more easier because it's like
Definitely, yeah.
yeah,
Like making your first dollar online is just so difficult. And then after
yeah,
you know how to close deals, because you have to get from level 0 to level like 100, because you need to be good
yeah,
at sales, at service delivery, at prospecting, just everything. And then when it just clicks, I had this one kind of moment when it just clicked for me in sales. I was like, okay, I can close everyone. It's just getting to the truth. And I'm like, I can actually close everybody. So yeah, if I think
yeah.
especially now I'm finishing my exams literally tomorrow, so I'll have a few months to just kind of grind. I think I can scale a lot. So let's
Yeah.
see how that goes. But
Go. Sweet. But yeah, I mean, if anyone's watching this right now and you guys are interested in changing your life essentially and joining the mentorship,
yeah,
yeah, just message me on Instagram. I'll put my Instagram in the link in bio or in the caption, and then you guys could just message me the word Carol, and then I'll see
oh yeah,
which
bro.
one
And
you
then
guys
pay
came
me
from
pay
this
me
one.
commission from yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
bro. Yeah, and like all
Yeah.
the boys that you see here on the interviews, like you're actually gonna have access to everyone that you see all the interviews with on the
Yeah.
calls. You can ask us anything. We're so happy to help you. Like so, just
Mhm.
if you have any problem, just enroll. Like you know, so
Yeah.
you have
Yeah.
access to everybody. Like you just have
Yeah. No,
access to
literally everyone.
everybody.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
literally just message people who are doing 100K a month, which is just think of how
Yeah.
much value that is, right? Like you
Yeah.
have
No,
access
it's
to I don't
actually
know,
insane.
like 100 boys or something like this, maybe 200. I don't even know how many, but like
Yeah,
so
we got quite a lot. Yeah. So, but yeah,
yeah.
like I feel like that's also the biggest thing is just the actual community aspect is just like specifically the ability to talk to like over like 130 agency owners who are literally just like in the exact same situation
Yeah,
and have the exact same problems as you, and you're able to
exactly.
solve them. Like it's so easy, and you could also
Yeah,
like a bunch of guys are literally like living together right now, just traveling the world
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
finding them
exactly. Yeah, I'm
like
actually thinking
Europe or
of
Thailand. Yeah,
yeah. Plus,
yeah,
you have the client retreats as well. But also when you just see people closing, three, five, even $10,000 in a day or in a week, like it just pushes you so much. And you
Yeah,
see all the people around you to just, closing deals, and you're like, no way I cannot do the same. Like these guys are the same normal guys that I'm meeting. I'm talking to them every day. Like, why can't I? Right. So I mean,
yeah,
that's the
yeah,
mentality
exactly.
that you gain from it. So
Yeah,
I think it's worth it.
100%.
I think it's worth
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
sounds good, bro. But that was a solid clan interview, and we'll have to do a follow up one in the next few months or so when we hit like
Yeah,
some.
definitely, bro.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Definitely, bro. Thanks for having
All right,
me. Yeah.
sounds.
Take care,
Yeah, of
boys.
course, bro. Take care.
Yeah.
Yeah.